Welcome back to Houston Life. It is time for our H-Town Sit Down.
That is right. Let's meet today's guest.
She's an attorney, travel entrepreneur, and the breakout star of Netflix global hit show, Indian Matchmaking. Aparna Shewak Ramani is known for speaking her mind, and she's bearing her soul in her new book, She's Unlikable, and Other Lies That Bring Women Down. And today, Aparna is joining us for our H-Town Sit Down.
Come on out, Aparna. It's great to see you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. I know. Last time was virtually.
Good to see you. Welcome.
Yes, and it's wonderful being in studio again.
I know. Don't you love coming out and seeing people?
The energy feels different. It's amazing.
It really does. Okay, let's catch everybody up because in case they're living under a rock and haven't seen Indian Matchmaking, you're such a I want to say, I think people say breakout star, but you are really such a star of that show. What has that done for you and your life, do you think?
You know, it first of all launched this book and this idea for this book. I moved to New York. I live in the West Village. I quit my job as a lawyer. I'm fully focused on writing. My life has absolutely changed since the show came out.
I want to talk about this book for a moment. It's a really revealing book. You talk about your mom and you even reveal a personal journey of an autoimmune disease that you're dealing with and trying to navigate through that as well.
Yeah, I have Crohn's and I was diagnosed at 16, and I wanted to be very transparent about that in the book. I think so many people have conditions, chronic conditions, autoimmune conditions, and they feel like they can't reveal that it makes them weaker in any sense, but it's actually our strength, it's our resilience, it's what makes us stronger in the way that we live our lives. We're more intentional. I know I am about my wellness, about my health, and I think my story is also sharing that you can live a full, happy life with these conditions, and it's all possible.
And I think that's so important. And I mean, being diagnosed with this at 16, you know, just think about everything else that's going on in your life at 16. Now you have to deal with Crohn's. How did you deal with that as a teenager?
It was difficult.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely don't recommend it for the faint of heart, but it happens to you. You know, what's that phrase? You never know how strong you are, you know, until it happens. And so for me, it was about balancing. And at an early age, I had to learn how to balance not only school and my prom dress, but now my health. Yeah. And that's the thing that most 16-year-olds don't think about, but it was kind of forced on me. And for me, it also created now a lifestyle and a habit of it. And I'm really happy with the way I prioritize it.
And you are wrapping up a U.S. book tour, which ends here in Houston.
I had to.
But now you're taking this book international to a whole much bigger audience. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so the book was also bought by HarperCollins in India, and it came out yesterday. So the book has had two birthdays, one in America on March 22nd and one yesterday in India. And I'm going to be traveling over there for 3 weeks to do events and to meet people, to do book signings. I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a whole new experience to speak to people on that side of the world about this show. The show was #1 in India for I think 5 weeks, so it made a really big impact there. And because of COVID, I never got to go. So this is my first opportunity.
It's really great. And I think too, you know, what this has allowed, this platform really has allowed you to kind of, you know, the book obviously talking about Crohn's. Now you call yourself a recovering attorney,
yes,
right?
I
so
sure
there's
do.
several chapters, right, of our lives, and I think evolving, and that's what you're going through right now.
Yeah, and that's what this memoir was about. When I was researching other, you know, South Asian women and women of color who'd written memoirs, they were incredible. They were aspirational. They had built billion-dollar empires. They had become movie stars, and I was like, but where are the rest of the stories?
Yeah.
Where are the stories of the people who don't have it yet figured out? And why is our story not deserving of being telling while we're on it, while we're in the journey? And so hopefully this book inspires other women of color and other South Asian women to tell their story as it's happening.
How's life in New York City?
It's lovely, but I miss home. I come back a lot. You know, I'm here for the next few weeks. I'm traveling for the next 2 months. And when I return, I want to always do my week in Houston to decompress, to eat all the good food, and to see all my loved ones.
You know, when I saw you on the show before I met you, and virtually you had this phrase that people say that was kind of pinned on you, unlikable.
Unlikable.
Right? And I find that the farthest thing from you. And I know virtually we met the very first time, but even sitting here, I mean, I just don't see it.
That's good editing for you then. I mean, I didn't resonate with the Aparna I saw on screen, so I could see why people who knew me couldn't either. But I think that also tells us something about the way we consume media, that we're so quick to believe everything on television. And for entertainment, it's fun, but let's leave it as entertainment.
All right, so we got to ask this. Are we going to see you in the new season of Indian Matchmaking?
I can't say yes, but I can't say no.
Oh.
So let's see what this year brings.
Is that a teaser or what?
I
Come
think
on.
it is. Aparna, it is great to catch up with you.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the 2 birthdays of the book, and good luck in your tour in India as well.
Thank you so much. It's so good to be with you guys.
Thanks for coming in.
Come back and see us again.
Please.
We definitely will.
Well, still to come, we are chatting with the Bush sisters, plus home renovations got you going, Gray. What? Find out how a local company is helping you get your dream home without the hassle.
And it is opening day for the Sugarland Space Cowboys. We're inside the ballpark.
Hey, bada.
Yep, for a look at some fun new additions that the whole family will love.